Anything?
Nah, you good. Speaking of live, welcome back to another episode of the Crown and College Podcast, brought to you by the CSPN. You get two shows this week, or whenever the hell Classic decide to put this shit out. I am your host, Jeremy, aka Black Dante, aka Confucius, aka leader of the Kirk Frost Resistance, aka fuck any nigga named Kirk, Kendu, and or Matthew. Ain't never met a nigga, especially a nigga named Kendu with light eyes. This is a go ahead, Ken. this this is a ratchet recap episode because Love and Hip Hop Atlanta season 6 has come to a close, and we need to talk about this shit. As y'all know, Dan don't watch none of this shit. Because he has given himself over to the Lord and has become Dan Christian. So with me are two special guests, two of my faves. At me, fight me, I don't care. We got my girl Candace, recurring guest. Go ahead and give your intro, Candace.
I am back again. This is Intense Desire. You can follow me on Twitter, but don't come in my mentions talking crazy because you can't whip my ass. And even if you can, you can't whip my husband ass. So just be normal. But yeah, I'm back again to recap the Black and Lung of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta.
And I'm also joined by my man's podcasting grandpappy, the cool old nigga at the gym playing basketball. We are joined by my man Rod. What's up, Rod?
Hey man, call your foul. Thank you for having me. I appreciate you coming through, man. You know my wife won't watch this show, and the only other person
like they don't watch this shit.
Yeah, Karen don't support she don't support my habits, but other than my man Justin, that's the only other person I know that watches this. So I'm always glad to talk love and hip hop with you.
Oh yeah, like I'm trying to get me like a starting five, like my own basketball team of like people that watch love and hip hop, have like a recurring round table. Like so far, I got like you, Candace, my girl Lexus. And I gotta get one more person. We need a power forward. We need a Kevin Love when he on. We don't need bad Kevin Love. We need good Kevin Love.
Then you don't want no Kevin Love.
Real quick, what the fuck are y'all doing, Candace? What the fuck is Dan Gilbert doing?
Dan Gilbert is Dan Gilbert.
Never go forward.
He got his one ring. He complacent.
Never go for Dan Gilbert.
Never. He complacent. Then he gonna cry. He gonna become a Twitter fingers when LeBron leave again to chase a couple more rings before he retire. And this time around, I'm just gonna be smirking because that's what he get. Nigga trying to have a whole roster full of old niggas with bad knees. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like. At this point, he might as well dig my grandpa up out his grave and get him on the Cavs. I'm pretty I'm pretty sure my grandfather could put up about 8 or 9 rebounds and 6 assists because that's what he's going for. So
he's trying to get a bunch of old niggas with bad knees and bad hairlines.
Yeah. As soon as I think of something witty to run Cavaliers with that go with old, I'm gonna come back to it. That nigga's really trying to get a senior citizen league started. Like nobody wants Dan Gilbert to be doing anything Dan Gilbert is doing. Like that's enough. White people ruin a lot of shit. I just want to throw that into the atmosphere.
This is true. But yeah, we are here to recap Love and Hip Hop season 6. Before we get it off the bat,
wait, you just not even gonna ask me about the Hornets picking up Dwight Howard? I mean,
bro,
trying to say me a non-motherfucking factor?
Listen, Rod. am a long-suffering Hawks fan, and I'm mourning for y'all because we shouldn't have signed the nigga in the first place. I don't know what the fuck.
Nah. See, the white get a bad rap, but the Hawks didn't really make plays for Dwight to shine. Like they just kind of picked up somebody who they thought was gonna stop them from getting swept or beaten. It didn't really work. They didn't really work around Dwight's strength. They just threw the nigga, get your big ass in the game. That's how the Hawks did Dwight. So if the Hornets, if they create offense specifically for Dwight, you might see pretty good Dwight this next season coming up.
I mean, he did give you a double every night in 30 minutes. I mean, we could use some inside presence, So I'm not against Dwight Howard as much as I was just upset Jeremy didn't even ask me.
My bad, dog. My bad.
It's okay, man. It's fine. Nobody cares about us.
I mean, my nigga, I'm an Atlanta sports fan. Nobody cares about us. So it's fine. It's fine.
I actually think y'all had the best offseason of anybody, really.
Nigga, we got a whole ass new stadium and damn near like nobody to play in that motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's gonna be niggas going to the new Hawks stadium to get haircuts and because they turning that shit damn near into like a mall / stadium. It's gonna be motherfuckers in there trying to get haircuts by Jays, go get their pregame to go to the club next to the stadium. Like they turning that shit into like the super mall / stadium of Atlanta.
Yeah, y'all all season was like the going shopping with my mama. But she's like, they want how much for that?
No. But then it's like the Charlotte Hornets in the Eastern Conference, so anybody can make it in the Eastern Conference this year. Like I'm not even sure the top 8 teams gonna be at 500 when the season is over. That's how weak the Eastern Conference is right now. So,
I agree.
So yeah. I mean, you can expect to see. The Hornets might have some. They might get in that slide in the top 8.
Yeah, I think that's what the Hawks saying too. They like, we might as well be sorry if everybody else gonna be sorry. Like, what's the point?
Right. Everybody at least got a clearance deal.
Like, think about it this way though, right? To flip it for a second. How sorry do you gotta be to get a lottery pick next year? You know what I mean? Like, you can't just come out there and give a half an effort, dog. Like, you got to put up them
you got to earn that tank.
Yeah, it got to be like that 8-72 type or 8-74 type record, dog.
Yeah, like the Sixers won a few years ago.
That's what it's gonna take. We about to see the all-time worst record in NBA next year.
Dog, we're gonna be seeing teams with 30 wins with a team shooting percentage of like 35. We're gonna see teams with like team field goal percentage gonna be like 35, and they team rebounding gonna be like 50 per game. Like they're gonna get rebounds, but ain't gonna score no points. It's gonna be like
it's almost like, do the Cavs really need to play? Like, can they just sit and wait for the finals? That's how terrible the East is gonna be. But then the West is gonna be. Those niggas gonna beat each other the fuck up.
Welcome to OKC, Paul George.
That might be how the Cavs get their ring next season. Is the rest of the team's gonna be so goddamn tired from scrapping in the Western Conference? Cavs might just slide through.
The Cavs doing the rope-a-dope strategy Martin Lawrence had in the Black Knight.
You stupid. That's enough. What about Love and Hip Hop?
That was too far.
I can't even put Jeremy off his own podcast.
That was too far.
Yeah. Speaking of a lack of direction and guidance.
Segway Jones. So all right, but before we get into it, I got to play this because we here at the Crown of College podcast, we would just like to have a special message for Kurt Frost.
Just want to say fuck you. Oh, fuck you, fuck you. Fuck you, fuck you. Fuck you.
That is our message to Kurt Frost. So I guess we'll go start off and have a round table on Candace. Since we did a mid-season recap episode, I can't even remember how long ago it was, but I'll start with you. How did you enjoy this season overall?
This season was really, really goddamn ratchet, and I mean this in the most amazing way possible. Like I stopped what I was doing to tune in for this shit. Like I would be on FaceTime with my mother who's all the way in Cleveland, and as soon as VH1 would turn to the TV because I got an auto set, I was like, yo, I gotta call you back. She mid-sentence like, hi London, I gotta go. Call and ask me about the baby later. Love and Hip Hop on. You need to tune in too. You need to get your priorities together and get to, it was really that ratchet. Like the wigs was bad and the plastic surgery was even worse, and the babies was kind of ugly and everything. It was like a culmination of like, what the fuck is this? That is exactly how I feel about it.
All right, Rod. What's your take on the season?
I thought it was very similar to season 5 of Game of Thrones, where they introduced a few too many characters, and they had some loose threads that never were resolved.
Loose weaves.
Yeah, some loose weaves that were never resolved, and maybe they're gonna bring it back. But I still felt like the core families still brought the powerful storytelling with the Frosties, and we still got Jocelyn and Stevie J. So like the heavy hitters still brought it, but I felt like some of the tertiary characters this year, I just completely didn't care about their storylines.
Yeah, like what's the girl that looked like King Cooper?
God damn it, Candace.
The one that was sleeping with her boss husband,
Mariah.
Like,
exactly.
Yeah, like those characters, like they added like it was like a cheap firecracker mixed in with some big kabooms. Like it was like you could do without it. Like it didn't really matter. That's like, how I felt about like Mariah and her boss and the
Shooter.
Shooter. Yeah, Shooter didn't give a fuck
at all.
Like he actually made it bad TV because he didn't care that much. So it was like, well, damn. I mean, if you don't care, why am I watching you? You know?
Right.
Yeah,
like
Shooter didn't care. And the loud Asian chick, I really don't want to see her ever again.
like I don't understand how everybody has understood that it's time to go in on Katy Perry appropriation, but lovely Mimi just out here living life and nothing's going on. I feel like somebody should have been snatched her weed.
I want to go back to before I seen lovely Mimi on Love and Hip Hop. I remember a video of her slithering down my timeline on Twitter of her. She got into some type of fight. And it was really like nigga this, nigga that, nigga this. And I was like, she been canceled for me. So when I seen her on Love and Hip Hop, I really was hoping somebody knocked the Kool-Aid out her hair. I really was. I prayed for that.
Like we out here making threads about Bruno Mars and lovely Mimi just allowed to cook. Like I don't understand it. What is the rules? What is the rules, people?
I don't understand.
I don't understand. Like, look, it's crazy. It's a great philosopher once said, "It's crazy to me too." You know, it's funny to me too. But I enjoyed this episode. Like, we said on the mid-season recap, like Mona ramped up the ratchet this season, and like from the gate, like hit you in the face with drama. Like the first damn episode, like we just had drama, like boom, just like somebody like you playing basketball and somebody threw a pass too hard and hit you in the face. Like that's how I know Mona put the drama in our face. And like I agree, we could have did without the B Squad characters like Mariah and Sierra and Trasher P and Shooter. Like we could have, and Jasmine, and I mean. Fuck Kurt, but we couldn't deal without that because we know that nigga was cheating. Like, but the secondary characters were boring, but they added pieces to the full course meal of the mess.
I felt like they wrote off some of the main characters too, because like we got a whole lot less scrappy this year.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
even with Jock, like the way that they had Jock in it this year, it was like comedy, but less like dramedy. Like we didn't get enough with his baby mamas.
Yeah. He was in just like one episode.
Yeah, it just felt like they were trying to force these new people on us, but because I think Mona's worried about like having to cancel the show or something. But I'm like, you already got some stars. Just trust them. Let them go out and do stupid stuff.
Right. It was like Mona pulled what Ty Lue did in the finals when Kyrie was cooking and put him on the bench and put in Iman Shumpert.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what Mona did with these new characters.
And I know she knows she messed up because, like I said, we ain't seen Shooter and since they tried to them people out there and nobody cared. So then they brought back the real people we there for.
Right, like that whole storyline with Mariah and Sierra, like that literally was like 2 episodes max, and then like the next time we saw Mariah was the last episode at the end of the fucking season. It's like she knew, like Mona knew. Mona got some spies on Twitter. I'm convinced because she gotta know we ain't here for this shit. We weren't here for these new people.
I know that's not really that important, but I'm not gonna let us dismiss that Caesar is showing up on 2 VH1 shows and he still ain't get his side teeth put back in. Like he getting 2 checks and he still ain't been to the dentist. He got his beard filled in with Crayola marker, but he still ain't go to the dentist. So
well, not only that, that too is a good point. Also, he on 2 different shows and he looked musty on both shows. I don't know how that's possible. But also his girlfriend, air quotes, Carly, she was on 2 shows and she getting 2 checks and none of her wigs look presentable. Not now one.
Not none of her butt implants either. But that's another.
We'll get into that. So well, let's see. How do y'all want to do it? Do y'all want to do this last episode and then recap everybody's different storylines, or how y'all want to do it?
I'm game, but whatever you want to do.
Yeah, pretty much. However you want to handle it.
All right, let's go with everybody's storylines and reflect upon the season. So I guess we can start with the biggest and juiciest. No. Wait. We'll save Kirk and Rashida for later. So Jocelyn, Stevie, and Mimi storyline. I will say this before we get started. I will say this: when Mona fed up, she know how to read her own damn cast members. Cause the way she read Jocelyn in the last episode with the flashbacks and the behind the scenes, that shit was so fucking funny. Like she did her worse than how they did Yandy at the Love and Hip Hop New York reunion when they played back all her lives. Like that was brilliant.
Yeah, that was great editing to catch her like that. Because I mean, I think it went to Jocelyn's head. She started to have a little success outside the show as a talk show host for like The Real or whatever it was, and I think she really thought she can make that transition and start treating Mona and them like shit and hop on with somebody else. And nah, baby, you're not that big, not yet,
not ever.
Mm-hmm.
No, baby, what are you doing?
What really got me about Jocelyn was, like you said, she guest hosted on The Real a couple times. And I remember people on Twitter like telling me how she got her own spinoff from Love and Hip Hop. Come to find out, they turned her birthing experience into an episode on Love and Hip Hop and kept it pushing.
I cannot.
And it was poorly rated. That's what's hilarious. Like that episode didn't do good numbers. Like nobody cared about it.
Right, because I don't think anybody like everybody on my timeline was like, I'm not watching this shit. Like the episode before that, when they showed the previews for that episode, everybody was like, I'm not watching this shit.
Yeah, she's not a real like star like Cardi B, where you can make that transition,
Right.
where people care about you outside of what you do, and she don't have the musical talent to really have the attitude that she's having. So, you know, them exposing her seem like that's definitely them burning the bridge, because I don't know how you come back from that.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't know that she'll show up next season.
Right. A girl, a girl that CJ, I think it was her that tweeted that Cardi B is what Jocelyn wishes she could be, and she's right.
Mm-hmm.
Cause like she is not that. Cause like Cardi B outside, like she had her stint on Love and Hip Hop, and her personality and charisma and everything else. Like people, like Cardi B is my problematic favorite. You know, I don't care. Like I love that girl, and I want to see her do great. And like she has the kind of personality that will take her far and will get her out of Love and Hip Hop. Look, Jocelyn ain't shit without no Love and Hip Hop. She is
Cardi B is ratchet but professional. Like you don't hear that Cardi B is really hard to work with. I've read, you know, on blogs and on the internet multiple occasions that Jocelyn is hard to deal with, as is evident by this last episode of Love and Hip Hop. She's hard to work with. You cannot be, your wigs can't be that bad and you hard to work with. You gotta pick one. if every wig you wear gonna be terrible, you at least need to have a pleasant personality. And so
I can't dispute this. I can't dispute it.
Especially you can't even rap.
I didn't even know she was a rapper. I didn't know what she called it. So we got to give props to Stevie J for spawning a career that never should have come to light. Like, if anybody else would have tried this with Jocelyn, she would still be in the strip club shaking ass. Like, I know, like, a lot of people on Twitter talk about Stevie J's has-been days, but his greatness, what he did over the span of his career, paved the way for Jocelyn to come into play and people even give it any airtime. I don't feel like there's anybody else who could have did that with Jocelyn and she would have seen a crumb, let alone some of the money she's seen over the span of Love and Hip Hop. Like, she really should be thankful.
Yeah, like we get on Stevie J, and I mean it's deservedly so, but I mean that nigga has given us, like, behind the music, that nigga has given us is responsible for some of our favorite songs ever. You know, so I mean, hey, I mean the game is the game, as they say. But yeah, like Jocelyn really like I agree with y'all. Like, she got the big head. She thought that she was bigger than Love and Hip Hop and everybody else on the show, and it's like, no, baby, what is you doing? Like, you don't have the range, sis. You don't have the range.
You could tell something was up with her the whole season because, like, first of all, I don't even think she popped up to like the third episode. Then with this season, she was so calm and reserved. At first, I thought, like, oh, is she maturing? Like, is she like these opportunities she's getting outside of the show, are they starting to help her out to a point where she's like, oh cool, I don't need to act the fool because I want to be on the real, and that stuff isn't attractive to them. But then when she had that knockdown drag out fight with Stevie's kids, that's when I was like, oh no, nah, she's still like, she's completely messed up.
Yeah, like, and that's another thing for this season that I really didn't like, is that Mona tried to push this like women's empowerment storyline at the beginning with Jocelyn, and I'm like, that's the last motherfucker you need to try to push this shit. Like she tried to do that whole baby shoot and that video for like when she was pregnant for like women's empowerment and she changing, and then like you said, Rod, like leading up till that fight with Stevie's daughters, like you could just see like little by little, like old Jocelyn, quote unquote, that ain't really never left, just creeping back in, and then we get the build up to the big fallout, and it's like, oh, so she's still the same. She ain't never changed.
Yeah,
yeah.
That dude's daughters, but you can't beat me, and I'm like, what? How did it get here?
Yeah, so yeah. Ooh, I was waiting for us to get to this point. So I've never been a huge Jocelyn fan. I always thought she I don't know, was a complete weirdo.
Mm.
But I have a no room for anti-black women, and she got on Twitter and made some comments about Stevie J's daughter and called her a nappy-headed hoe, and
yeah, she went full down on us.
how she need to go suck some cock and stop worrying about her and Stevie and this, that, and the third. And I don't listen. Father, forgive me, please. You know when I start with that, you know I'm about to say some shit. But have y'all seen a picture of little Bonnie Bella?
Yeah.
Yes.
She got her daddy's hair, and I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Yeah, she do look like Stevie, man. The thing that's weird,
like Stevie, she looks black. She has coarser hair from looking at her on Love and Hip Hop. You know, Jocelyn even gave her them little Coolio. Been spending all my life living in a gangster's paradise braids and shit. Like,
all right.
Okay.
It just felt like I just be like, that kid ain't got a chance. Like between her and I thought that for a while, like once she got pregnant, she kind of had what she wanted, because for years it felt like the only thing she wanted from him was to have a kid so she could have some type of attachment to him. I mean, the first season started with that abortion storyline and stuff, and like I think ever since, and then Mimi kind of lording over her, like, I have a kid with him, he's mine. And she finally kind of got what she wanted in a way by having the baby. But I think that's when she realized, like, it ain't what it was cracked up to be in her head. Like, he never gonna do her right. She never gonna be that chick. And I feel like she also been hurt so much in real life, you know, from her past, that it's impossible for her to build something positive as far as a relationship goes. And that's why she always stay tearing other women down, calling them hoes and bitches and shit, because she done been, that's happened to her so much that she just, that's her go-to insult.
Yeah. Especially coming out the sex industry as a stripper. She's been disrespected so much, like, in how she makes money, and like you said, probably in her personal life, that she really don't know how to interact in any other way. Like when she went to the dinner with Stevie and his daughters, and she walked up to him and called them thoughts, I'm like, yo, in what world do you think that's appropriate to refer to your kid's father, wannabe husband's kids? Like,
right, you trying to be?
Okay? Are you okay? No, you are not okay. You are not okay, because like you said, she's been so used to being disrespected and belittled and degraded that's her method of coping. Like, it's crazy.
Right. She's supposed to come there to apologize.
Right, and then her apology was like, I'm sorry, but it's like, nah, nigga, ain't no but. ain't no but. Now I will say this. I totally understand why people are like, fuck Jocelyn after the accusation she made against on Stevie. And I completely understand that, and she is wrong as fuck for that, and that is trash, and I will not defend her on that or on anything really for nothing in the world.
You gotta. How do you have a baby with a man that you accused of molesting his youngest daughter, which is coincidentally Mimi's daughter as well? So, like.
Here's my only thing with that. Here's my only thing with that entire storyline, as far as Mimi goes. I'm trying to find the right words to word this. It got to a point where, even though Mimi is justifiably angry, it got to a point of her doing too much.
You think?
I think so, because here's the thing. Like, because the way it came off to me is that it seemed like it got to a point where it didn't come off as, I don't want what's the child's name? Eva.
Eva.
I don't want Jocelyn around Eva to I don't want Jocelyn around anybody. And that's just unrealistic when it comes to like her personal friends, and even with, like, regardless of how you feel about Jocelyn, about Bella's mother, Jocelyn is still Bella's mother. Now I hope that Stevie gets like full custody, because I do not also like the way that Jocelyn was using her as like a bargaining chip in the last episode and the whole season. But with that said, that is still that child's mother. Some kind of way, shape, or form, unless Stevie get full custody and get a restraining order or whatever, Jocelyn gonna have to be around, dog. Like, I'm sorry, like at this point, it's like you're discounting Bella because of your valid. Please don't get me wrong. I'm not saying her beef isn't valid, but at what point does that beef then start to like affect Bella? You know what I mean? It's like, to me, it came off like she completely disregarded Bella because of her beef with Jocelyn. And I didn't think that shit was cool.
So you saying Mimi disregarding Bella?
Yeah, and that's how it came off to me.
Okay, see, here's the thing I was thinking about. I 100% agree with Mimi in this situation, and it's because I can imagine the things Jocelyn would say to her daughter, and she ain't got to put up with it. Like Stevie keeps bringing this woman around his other kids, and some of them are older, so they can kind of take it, but even they wanted to like punch her in her face, and they had to stop filming for a second because it got so real. Right. I feel like I don't want my Eva, who's like an impressionable young girl, I don't want her around Jocelyn's Cruella DeVille ass. Period. It's different if it's like she even said, look, if it's Eva and she's hanging out and Bonnie's there and stuff, that's fine. But once Jocelyn comes in the picture, my daughter need to be away from her, because she's such a loose cannon. She don't respect nobody. She'll say something sideways to that baby, and then Stevie just gonna put his hands up like, hey, what I'm supposed to do,
Yeah. So as a new parent, like my views on like parenting completely changed once I had my daughter, and so I cannot fathom, like, God, like, knock on wood, God forbid, but in the event that me and London's dad ever separated and he moves on with his life, okay, cool. I cannot fathom his new partner getting on social media, both Instagram and Twitter, and accusing my daughter's father of molesting her. Like, there's no, at that point, it's gloves off. There's no way to come back from that. Not only is it gloves off, Jocelyn's attitude on that situation is completely nonchalant. And like Rod said, she don't care what she says, because she has no idea that social media is gonna follow this cast forever. Every cast, every reality show, social media is gonna follow them forever. She has no idea that little girl, and when I saw Eva, she's getting so big on that last episode. She's gonna see this stuff one day. Yeah, like, how do you sit your daughter in front of the woman that accused your dad of molesting you? Like,
yeah, Eva growing like Judith off of The Walking Dead.
Yeah, shut up. So yeah, I completely agree with Mimi, and I also agree with the Melissa chick. You can't be trying to use your strap on me and trying to be best friends with Jocelyn when she's alluded to my daughter's been molested by her father, and I pretty much allowed it. Like, it's so many, like, any way you look at that, like, Mimi is justified. Like, she don't want to be around Jocelyn. She really don't want to mess with people that's cool with Jocelyn. She didn't take it out on all the cast. Like, she didn't take it out on Carly. But yeah, I agree. If we're going to be lovers and we're going to be rocking like that, no, you can't be friends with somebody that's doing this kind of stuff to me and my child. Absolutely not. No.
And Stevie also is not protective of his kids. So
at all.
Like, it's that extra level of like, I can't even trust your judgment to say, well, so Jocelyn's around, I could trust you to keep Eva away from her, or to say, okay, Jocelyn's acting up, let me straighten her out. He just gonna sit up there and play that like, come on, mom, like that role while she over there talking about beating up his kids. Like he not. Yeah, she got anyway. She right to me. That's all I have to say.
Let's also touch on the fact that he threw his own daughter under the bus when Mimi found out that Eva was around Jocelyn. Mm-hmm. He said the daughter took her. You know damn well them girls ain't took that girl around Jocelyn. They can't stand Jocelyn. Mm-hmm. So not only is he not protective, he the one that's throwing him under the bus.
I don't disagree. It's just something about Mimi to me. To me, it's like I can't put my finger on it. It's just for me as the season progressed. To me, it's like it basically came off to me as like Mimi only care about Mimi and what Mimi got going on, and that I ain't think that.
I didn't really get that. I didn't get that from her. What I got from her was that, and I'm not even trying to be funny, and I'm not saying Stevie should disregard one kid for the greater good of the other kids, but
thank you, Candace. That's what it came off me.
But low key, maybe like just like low key, if like he got like 18 kids, if being in touch with the mother of one is gonna make the other 17 not be bothered, he gotta figure some shit out, truthfully. Because I do agree that Jocelyn is extremely toxic. Like she has had words with at least half his kids. She's alluded to him molesting one. She's threatened to fight two of the daughters. She called one a nappy-headed hoe. Like, out of his like 6 kids, that's 3 of them. Like her batting, her batting average stinks in this situation. Like you can't go around treating your partner's kids like that and expect that there's gonna be no backlash. True. Like you went to a situation to apologize and ended up telling the girls, but you can't whoop my ass. Oh, but I can. Because the one daughter was about to throw them hands all over Jocelyn.
She was. You put it into the words I couldn't find earlier. That's what I've been getting from Mimi. Like it's almost like she wants Stevie to abandon or disregard Bella because of Jocelyn. And like I said, I get it, but I still don't think that's right to like disregard Bella because of Jocelyn. But to y'all point, pretty much all this shit is Stevie's fault because he don't put his foot down to stand on anything.
I mean, he should have never got her pregnant. I mean, we being
right. Yeah, let's be honest about that. Like
he like at this point, we talking about a horrible situation, trying to make the best of it, and we know Mimi is extremely scarred and hurt through her treatment and dealing with ain't shit dudes her whole life. But
right.
But even with all that stuff, like I've never thought like, oh, Mimi's not trying to be a good mom. Like Jocelyn does shit where I'm just like, oh, she don't even give a fuck about being a mom. This is nothing but a bargaining chip to try to control this man. And when you see it, like the way I see it is like, like I said, Mimi has to do the best she can to protect Eva. And I think keeping your daughter, because she didn't say her daughter can't be around Bella. She said she don't want her around Jocelyn. And I think that's completely reasonable.
Yeah.
Agreed. But like I said, I don't disagree with y'all at all. That's just the vibe I got, and Candace put it in the words that I was trying to find, but I couldn't get them out. But honestly, like, and I know this is all entertainment and shit, but like real talking, I mean this sincerely. I really just want like the best for like Stevie's kids, honestly. And he like I said, I honestly want him to get full custody of Bella, and so he will like leave Jocelyn alone, because it's nothing but toxicity when she with her, and that can't be healthy for anybody, especially Bella and Eva. So the next storyline. Let's see. Jock and Carly. So
Hey, listen. At the beginning of the season, when Jock was doing those photos for Carly Book and she called his body nasty, I was on the floor. Hey, she was like, even though his body looked nasty, like, bitch, you just
when she
asked the
said
man to pose naked for your book. Now you
when
calling
when
his
she
body nasty.
when she said that, I was like, but you fucking him, Carly? Like what? Like
I
what?
feel like Carly and Jock didn't have much to do this season, and Carly just trying to make sure she's not going down with the ship. So she like, just in case I got to be on Black Ink, get this lifeline for this other Mona check. Let me make sure I got both my bases covered. But like their relationship last year was better in my opinion, and the first half of this season is a little bit better, but the second half it felt like I don't know. It just felt like they was going through the motions, man. Like they weren't really mad at each other. She never really had that good knockdown, drag out, flip out that she normally reserved for him. Like she ended up flipping out on some other chick at like over nothing rather than that.
Literally, I think it was on Stevie's art. It's the leader.
Yeah, over nothing. Like I was like, was this just in the script? What happened, Carly? You just
right.
It wasn't.
She needed to secure that she could still bring the drama because Carly's arguments was really weird this season. Like they just came out of left field. Like Estelita told her stop getting in the middle of stuff that don't concern you, and she got mad as shit. Like, are you okay? You like 56, like mind your business.
And it was right after Carly had said with Jocelyn, I'm gonna stop getting in people's business. I'm gonna stop being messy. I need like that's what everybody problem with me is that I stay in people's shit. So somebody tell you stay out of the people's shit, and then here you go.
Right, like I'm like Carly, you just had this conversation with Jocelyn, and you get and like she literally like flipped the like. Listen to me. Listen, every woman on Love and Hip Hop can throw a drink like Payman. Like she threw the damn drink and was like, "Well, man, now, bitch." I'm like, Carly, what? Like, is your wig on tight, baby? What is you doing? Where did this come from? Like how, it's like you reading like statistical facts to a nigga and he just get mad and just punch a wall or something. It's like, Carly, what are you doing?
Nah, that's how you react when you see an overdraft fee for a small purchase. Bitch look like she paid an overdraft fee on the Big Mac meal at McDonald's. Like, is you the fuck
okay? When your direct deposit like $100 short of what it should be. That shit, like, it was so weird. But like Carly, I would say this. Her and Josh's relationship is like one long Donnell Jones song. Like it's not like it's like no. As a matter of fact, we were making jokes about this group today on Twitter. Carly Rae and Young Jock's relationship can be summed up in Jagged Edge's discography. That we ain't together, but we gonna play around.
They got a discography? Because I swear to God, they've been making one long song for like 7 years.
Jagged Edge been making 17 remixes of Let's Get Married for like their whole entire career. Like every album is just like a different remix of Let's Get Married. Like the finest of tank tops and child visitation music. Goodbye.
Let me just go ahead and exit. This is where I exit out of this podcast.
That was too far. Too far. All right, that's okay. All right now. You know, when Candace come around, I'll be quiet. When she leave, I'll be quiet.
But you know, hey, but why Jock so petty? Tommy of all people.
Listen, Tommy. Listen, first of all,
I love Tommy, but we gotta slightly graze how Jock is low key a fuck nigga because Jock was cool with Scrap last season before he went to jail. So I don't really understand this whole hollering at Tommy shit he was doing. Like that's how I know like Mona had her hands in some of this shit and it wasn't organic because like that was the weirdest connection for me all season. Like and they had no chemistry. You could tell Tommy was just doing it to piss Carly off and Jock just hoping to sniff the pussy.
Yep.
Yeah.
I really felt like it was like their storyline was kind of boring to me because it just felt like it was forced this year, and they was just like it felt like Jock and Carly was both just trying to find a story that could be dramatic enough to stay on the air. Like I felt, and it wasn't working. I'd rather them fight it with each other than the stuff they were doing because none of that stuff felt, like you said, none of it felt organic.
Like none of it at all.
And also, I mean, Carly had the worst twerk ever.
Listen. I thought it couldn't. I thought a twerk couldn't get any more worse than Nicki Minaj. But lo and behold,
we can't even call that a twerk. That bitch was just bouncing her back. Like,
I was legit like, no, don't. What are you doing?
Like Carly,
like, no, what are you doing? No, stop, Carly, please. Like, it's like I could see the cement leaking out her butt. Like,
God damn it! All right, okay.
It's like the Fix-A-Flat was like not. It was not working.
It was not. She just got a little too full of herself, took a little too far, and
it was dead ass was offending my sensibilities. Like
I kept claiming that she was Jamaican. Like us Jamaicans, we sexual like that. Like don't put that on Jamaicans. Every Jamaican woman that I know, every half Jamaican, every got a drop of Jamaican blood woman in there I know got some amazing rhythm and body movement. That's not you, Carly. Like you look like you was having a seizure. Like you look like you was like I fallen and I can't get up type shit.
God damn it. The life alert.
Yeah, you look like you was in a life alert situation. Goodbye, Carly. No.
Yeah. And it's weird too because like she got all that work done and it only looks okay if she's staying still in the right, like it got to be presented correctly. But once she jumped on that stage, it's like everything bad just stood out. Like she was doing a lot better when Caesar came to the house and she had her special lingerie thing that like tied it all together and pushed it down.
Oh yeah, after she burnt the bacon.
Yeah, like I was like, you looking like that's better than whatever that was on that stage. That was the low point of the show.
And she had all that work done, and her bottom teeth still look like they climbing to Mount Olympus. Like I'll never understand. I gotta be honest. If I ever come into extreme wealth, like if I ever amass a certain amount of money, there is for one, there is nothing that I won't get worked on and it be A1. For sure, like I already got nice teeth, but if I didn't have nice teeth, first thing I'm doing is going to an orthodontist. Like I'm not gonna be on your TV screen every Monday for an hour with my bottom teeth looking like they throwing up gang signs. I'm just not gonna do that.
Yeah, I think the worst is Mimi's titties. I just think.
Okay, I was about to bring it up. I was waiting for somebody to allude. If somebody
you could bounce a piece of coal off Mimi's titties and get a diamond back.
Listen.
Like those titties are harder than sitting through Batman vs Superman.
Those Mimi's titties are harder than Chinese arithmetic.
Yes, it's Common Core math all over them titties, and I can't do it. I can't.
Listen. Mimi's titties, like Mimi's titties have permanent resting nigga face. Okay. Like her titties, like I have never seen a boob job, and I'm a fan of boob job. Listen, if you got it, then goddamn it, go for it. But listen to me. I have never seen a titty job that bad where your titties always look like they in the Civil War, like always.
Yeah. Those titties is hard as an elderly man on Cialis.
Those titties are harder than stopping the Warriors from scoring 100 points.
All right, Ron. All right. Podcast is over. Thank you all for coming.
I'm just saying they harder than the water level on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Okay. I hate you, man. I swear I hate you. Listen, Mimi's titties are harder than trying to get a black man to understand misogyny. Okay. Okay.
Hey,
they harder than finding Dr. Umar Johnson degrees.
God damn it.
She didn't renew her titties. Is that why they hard like that? You need to renew those titties. Something going on. Them titties need a renewal.
Her surgeon is Dr. Umar Johnson.
Look, the one that wrote. Listen, the one that wrote her bill was Suran City. God damn it! I hate y'all so much. That's why I hate y'all.
A lot of quotables coming out of this episode.
Listen,
Yeah, those titties harder than the lyrics from a 21 Savage song to understand. Those titties are fucking hard.
Listen, Mimi's titties are harder than trying to get through Atlanta traffic after a holiday. All right.
Okay.
All right. Listen. Mimi's titties are harder than me trying to get over my heartbreak of the Falcons blowing the 28-3 lead in the Super Bowl. All right.
Her titties are harder than Colin Kaepernick trying to find a job in it.
God damn it. Listen.
Those titties are harder than the government trying to prove collusion with goddamn Putin. Those titties are fucking hard. Like, what? Like, I just
listen. Mimi's titties are harder than the FBI trying to find out what was in Hillary Clinton's emails. Okay. All right.
Those titties are harder than the U.S. government trying to get man, fuck it. Those titties just fucking hard. Like, I got so many thoughts in my mind. Like, can you imagine, like the people she fucking, like, they don't touch them and be like, whoa, like, like they don't take you aback.
Right.
Like, those titties are fucking hard.
She got and the thing is how she dresses too, because she dresses to show that hard ass valley between the titties, and it's like, no, just mush them together and cover them up.
Yeah, that valley, that shit be. I be looking like, what the fuck is that? Shit look like a credit card swiper. Like, it look like a chip reader. Like, you don't know if they titties or if you should pay for your services. Like, what's going on? Those titties are hard.
Oh, shit.
That titties got the valley of death between them.
They do.
I swear I hate y'all, man. I swear I hate y'all.
I'm not gonna be honest. Like, I've seen some of the worst plastic surgery ever on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta.
On this season alone.
Yeah.
Oh man, look, listen. Listen, Mimi's titties are harder than getting Sean King to do his own work. All right. Okay. So moving on. What?
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
What?
Oh.
What? That was too far. Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Trying to say it's harder than finding the receipts for that money they gave Sean King.
It's them titties harder than finding the receipts for that money they gave Umar for that school.
Oh man.
Okay. All right. Okay. We gotta move on. I love and hate y'all at the same time, man. Okay. So, next storyline. Okay. Fuck the storyline. Just the last episode. Speaking of people that react when somebody is telling the truth, how the fuck did Mariah and Trasher react when Lovely Mimi for once was actually telling the fucking truth?
Hey, man. Hey, let's pause for the cause. Hey, if you had to take a shot every time Treasure got beat up this season, you would have alcohol poisoning.
Yeah.
Listen.
Hey, Treasure got beat the fuck up every time she made an appearance. She got Tommy whooped her ass.
Jessica Dime.
Dime whooped her ass.
Listen, Jessica Dime drugged her. Listen, that wig still in Jamaica.
That wig still in the sands of Jamaica.
Damn shame what they did to that wig.
Treasure, the thing with Treasure P is she decided to be the side chick advocate the whole season, and it's an unpaid position, and you only get ass whoopings for it.
Right, like she don't get no PTO.
Like you got a whole bunch of women that have men that cheat on them, so they're extremely insecure about side chicks, and then you want to come in and give the other side like you playing devil's advocate, man. Like, of course you taking whooping.
She went to the all-white party in Jamaica, sat in this woman's face that she has never met until this day, and tried to talk to her about her goddamn husband and his affair and the mistress. Like,
dog, and then tried to be like, you know, and then tried to be like, I just feel like Ross said, like be the side chick advocate. Like I just feel that as women, we are the victims too, and men just get to do whatever they want. Baby, that is an excellent point. However, one, this ain't the time for you to make that point, and two, this ain't about you.
And wasn't she wearing all black at the white party, or am I making it?
Nigga, yes.
I don't understand her on any level.
She should have stayed her ass in Houston. She don't really have no place on this season of Love and Hip Hop. She was severely out of place, and you could tell in every interaction she had that her presence was not wanted. Like, that's some wild shit to, like, every time you film, you just don't look like you belong. Like, take your ass home somewhere.
Like, there was never a time in any point of any of the episode where she looked like she belonged. Like, none. And, like, you can't, like Ross said, like, she came to Rashida. She tried to come to Rashida as a woman. And it's like, sis, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing? You don't even know Rashida.
Yeah, it was really weird. And then you and Mariah, she was so insignificant that, like, I just really can't remember her name. She tried to embezzle her married nigga for some money, and that nigga was like, "Fuck it, tell her."
We said right. we said it on the I'm sorry to cut y'all, bro. Go ahead.
No. I just said right. I agree with her.
Yeah, like me and Candace said when we did the Smith season recap, you cannot play spades with a nigga that don't give a fuck. She was trying to play the high joker with a nigga that don't want you or his wife. Like, what are you doing?
Right.
Nigga said, "Tell her I've been ready to get a divorce. Tell her." Tell her.
We can stop all this sneaking around. I can't keep up with these lies.
Nigga said, "I'm just ready to go live my best life single. Tell her."
Right. Like Mariah, like she had no bargaining chips and tried to Oh, go ahead.
I didn't say anything.
No, she just it was weird. Then they went into Lovely Mimi nail shopping. Like, I don't know that there's ever going to be a time where you could go and talk to a married woman and you and your homegirl are proud side chicks and mistresses. Like, that's never a conversation you're going to be able to have with a married woman. Like, and why do you think you can? Like, have that conversation with your side chick mistress friends. Like, start a book club on this shit. But going to another married woman and trying to talk to her about mistress activities, it's never going to be responded to well.
In her place of business.
Nah, they carried both them bitches out. The security picked them both up and was like, "Y'all gotta go."
Hey, they picked them up. They picked them up like some. They picked them up like them boxers that Craig got fired for on Friday.
Okay. All right.
What? That was too far. Too far.
I'm sick of you.
Love you too.
They got tossed out like jazz.
All right. All right. All right. Okay. All right. Let's see. Jessica. Again, just speaking of weird beefs, Jessica Dime. How Jessica Dime get in a fight with everybody on the season in one season? How she get in a fight with everybody?
How you happy but always fighting? like I understand. Like I understand sometimes you just gotta take it there with somebody. But like even maybe it wasn't the last episode, but the episode before that where they met up to try to squash it. And Tommy was saying in general, like I'm just in a place where I feel like anybody could get it. And like Don responded so fucking poorly. Like why are
you that she was talking to her?
Like why are you so anxious to have beef with people? And like in this situation, I agree with Queen Tommy. Like you came in my shit, started shit, and you knew how hard I worked on it, and you like blew my shit up.
Right.
I won't lie, man. I love Jessica Don, man. I love her this year. Like, I feel like she came up. She finally got her, her boo. She trying to get married. She trying to be above all this, and she just keep getting dragged down, man. You know, like she don't have it. She too insecure. You know, she got that stripper drama. She came on the show with the stripper beef with Jocelyn. I think.
Now I'm with her on that on Jocelyn, because Jocelyn really did try to act like she didn't know her.
Yeah, like she's navigating.
Nah, but I'll never forget when Jocelyn told her, "And you ate my ass." And I was like,
now it is Jocelyn, so we don't know if it's true. That's
true. That's true.
I said on to make shit up to try to make you look bad.
Yeah, that's true. You lie a lot.
Good point.
But I'm just saying, like, I thought she did a lot better than what I thought she would be on this show. Like, she actually looked like she's trying to get herself together and get off of this show and get married and be with her boo and away from all this ratchetness. But I feel like every time, like, she can't help it. Her own former stripper insecurity just keep dragging her back in because she's so used to having to have drama. You know what I mean? Because that Tommy comment, I'm like, anyone at the table could have got offended by it, but somehow it's always.
Yeah.
It's like she almost at that place where she above it all. Like it's like she need to take like one more step up, and then she really might be above it all. But it's like just she got like really weird hair triggers. Like she triggered so easily. Like everybody was like, damn, I don't think Tommy was saying she's gonna beat your ass. I think she was just saying the shit she been going through, that's how she feel when people like start popping off at her. I'm just, you can't talk to me. I ain't your kid. Like, fucking relax, okay?
Right. Everybody got that. Everybody except her. And I'm like, how, Dime? How?
I feel like I'm rooting for her more than it's about her, actually doing that much better. I'm just rooting for Jessica to get it together, boo. Stop worrying about these people.
Listen.
You and Sean be happy. When they was in Jamaica with her and Sean, she seemed so happy.
Yeah.
Such a good time. Then she came back and got in a fight. I was like, come on.
You were like, come on, buddy. Come on, man.
I'm rooting for her and Tommy. I really fucking like Tommy.
Me too, man. Tommy's so.
She fine as hell too when she's not in the mug shot.
Right. And she got her battle just so up top. Like, her battle is so much in her head that I don't know if she ever gonna be able to beat it, because it seemed like her mom did a huge number on her.
I was just about to say, like, this, the one thing I liked about this season, and I liked that Mona didn't try to like exploit it in like a weird way, but I think I like that she showed that like it's a lot of pain. It's like generations of pain with daughters and their mothers, especially Black daughters and their mothers, and like that's something that you gotta change. Like her, like you said, her mother did a number on her, and like when her mom was like, "Well, I was stealing from you. You was in the latest fashions," and I was like, "This woman is out her fucking mind if she think material things is what was the big key with her and her daughter. Like that don't mean shit."
I actually was gonna segue to that storyline too, and I'm actually glad Rob brought it up, because the thing I have with Tommy's mom is like, she, like Candace said, like she tries to like quantify like the things that she did for Tommy as substituting like for being there for Tommy. And it's like that; those are two different things. Like it's clear that like, okay, whatever, like you might have stole for her or whatever, that's not gonna make up for like quality time. That's not gonna make up for like being a mother. And clearly that's what Tommy is. That's why Tommy's hurt. And also you can't want to fix something and then also like Tommy, like Samantha, that's what mama name. Like Samantha, like when it comes to Tommy, Samantha goes peak like white woman. Like she doesn't want to take any criticism. It's like a black woman critiquing like Lena Dunham. She don't want to take no criticism. She don't want to take nothing like nothing Tommy is saying. And then the time she does, she be like, it's like she has a breakup moment. It's like, okay, I'm taking blame. I'm taking blame. No, it's not about me. You're attacking me. I don't want to do this. And it's like, that's not how you repair a relationship with your daughter.
Yeah, she takes no responsibility for anything, but at the same time, she wants forgiveness. But right. I can't forgive you if you're not apologizing, and you can't apologize if you don't know what you're apologizing for. And the idea of you talking about some damn I was trying to keep you in the latest fashions. Well, my problem is you was in jail. So I don't know, like you weren't there. It don't matter if you stole something so I would look good. You didn't do it successfully and your ass is in jail. So like how am I the bad guy in this situation?
And you a dumb criminal. Like our first introduction to Tommy's mom was Tommy got locked up and her mom was not answering the phone. And then her mama is like, they should have kept you.
Right.
Like, what?
Trash.
Like, her mom is really trash. And like, I'm always about working things out with your parents, but to an extent. Because if your parents create so much toxic energy in your life that you better off loving them from a distance, I'm with that too.
Yep.
Like, I'm not one of those biblical honor thy mother and thy father. Like in order for me to honor you, you have to honor me. You gotta love me the way you want me to love you. So I thought it was really big of Tommy to finally go to therapy with her mother. And as usual, Samantha the one that's walking out because she mad because she don't want to be held accountable. And Tommy's still sitting there like, let's work through this. I don't want to carry this on with my own daughters. Like I've seen a lot of growth in Tommy from her debut last season to this season. I really have.
Like Samantha be like Samantha be dodging.
Samantha should have stole some wigs for herself.
That too also as well, but like Samantha be dodging responsibility like black men on Twitter be dodging violence against women statistics.
Yeah, she was dodging responsibility like niggas on Twitter dodged the street harassment topic.
Oh, God damn it. God damn it.
But yeah, I agree with Rod. I really am rooting for Tommy and Dime. I like them both. I actually like their addition to the cast, and I really feel like they could drop a lot of these new people they added this season. And like they don't need Mariah, they don't need the chick who boss she cheated with, they don't need Lovely Mimi. Like you could keep all of them. I really do like Dime and Tommy being added.
And I feel like they might end up losing Tommy because I saw like when she was talking to like some cold cash, like I'm never coming back shit. And I saw KK was on Instagram. She did like a 60-minute video about Tommy. It's like
what she say?
Basically trying to act like everything Tommy said about her was lies, and she just trying to help her. And
I feel like I'm sorry, Rob.
No. I mean, it was. She was repeating herself a lot. I really couldn't. I didn't watch the whole 60 minutes.
Oh, so KK and Tommy beefing too right now?
Yeah. And Tommy came, like when Tommy put hers out, she was like, "I'm done with Love and Hip Hop. Like I don't want to be on the show." KK was like, "They kicking me off the show or some shit," and fuck Tommy on my way out.
Like I feel Tommy on that because I feel like, listen. You can want to help, but also overstep your boundaries, and that's what I feel like KK did.
Yeah,
like I feel
like she did. You absolutely right. She kept trying to force some shit that didn't need to be forced.
Right.
Meanwhile, she's raised a conglomerate of fucking felons her damn self. Like, if you want to focus on like somebody's parenting, focus on your own. Like your son in jail, you can't go visit him because you an ex-con too. Like. You got bigger fish to fry than this woman and her daughter. If this woman say, leave it alone, please. I don't want to deal with my mother right now. Leave it alone.
Yep, I'll put it in the chat, but it's the YouTube video if y'all feel like watching. It's long, but yeah, it's just her talking bad about Tommy, and because that's Scrap's baby mama or whatever, like Scrap former girl or whatever. But she was on some like, bitch, I'm trying to help you out. You wasn't nothing before me and all this shit. And it's like she told you not just leave her mom alone. Like she don't want to reconcile. And she know how her mom is, and y'all just trying. And Tommy whole thing was like, y'all doing too much for ratings, cause that's real to me. Like the beef I got with my mom, that's not something for TV for y'all to make fun, like to make entertainment. Like I really have problems. This woman has problems, and it's our relationship is messed up. But
when we finish recording, I'll look at it after we
I'm gonna watch it.
After we finish, we might might be post show. But yeah, like that's, man. Listen, like I feel on that. Like KK was doing way too much, and like you can completely want to help somebody, and also like be completely in the wrong in like how you go about it. And I feel like she was in the wrong with that shit, man.
A surprise? Like how you gonna do it as a surprise? That's like
in somebody else's house.
Yes, it's literally the most. You gonna ambush somebody that got a toxic relationship with their mama, and even the mom before she showed up was like, I don't think she gonna be okay with this, like,
cause she knew.
Yeah, so yeah, dog, I get it. If she gonna quit, man, I because the other thing is I don't think none of this shit is really healthy for Tommy anyway. Cause like, like the idea of her, like her storyline being, I'm gonna start a wine business, but I'm also dealing with alcohol addiction. Like, come on, Mona, it's too much.
Yeah, and I also don't like how Mona tried to portray like Tommy as like having. I mean, not saying she don't have struggle with alcohol, but like making her like seem like the only person that struggle with alcohol. Like we ain't watched all these motherfuckers get drunk and make bad and questionable decisions. Like I didn't really like how Mona tried to like portray Tommy with that.
Yeah, I mean, if she struggles with alcohol,
half that cast got alcohol and drug problems. Shit, Jocelyn snorted enough cocaine to piss a snowman.
Yep. So my thing is like if you gonna make her storyline she's struggling with alcohol, you can't also make a storyline and she gonna sell wine. I'm like, come on, Mona, that's not even fair.
It's like she's running out of material.
Yeah, it do. Sometimes it do. Some of these storylines I do feel like they need to bring in some new writers or something, because some of this shit is so stupid. Like
Mama D and Ernest, like that's a storyline that I could live without.
Right.
Yeah, like every season, Ernest got a new reason why he ain't got no damn job.
And every season, Mama D is moving. The bitch move like a gypsy. She be getting evicted.
Yep.
Her house is in a different house every season.
Her house is Scrappy name.
Yeah, it ain't even a year between the seasons, and she moving like that.
And it's beautiful.
Right. She just got a bunch of houses in Daryl name. Daryl.
A nigga named Lil Daryl.
Right. Hey, and can I just say that if Scrappy and Bambi wasn't gonna work out, they could have left Erica on the show.
Come on. I think Erica a true queen though. She just quit. She was like, you know what, man?
I don't need this. I'll go work at the call center before I fuck with y'all.
Right. She's like, I'll do anything other than this shit. Like, because
Scrappy checks and bounce.
Especially when Scrappy tried to pull that shit at that reunion. Remember when he was like, I'm the reason you got paid. I looked out for you to get on this show. I was like, oh, she can't wait to quit and take his child support.
Yeah, I miss Erica. I really do. And if Bambi wasn't gonna make it, they could have left Erica on the show. But I knew that wasn't gonna make it. I knew Bambi and Scrappy wasn't gonna make it. Because every relationship Scrappy had after Erica, he had while he was with Erica. Like it was like every relationship he started while he was still with Erica. So the way it started was the way it ended.
Talking about getting married. He gonna get engaged. I said, nigga, if you don't sit down.
Now, I think we cover every storyline like worth mentioning. I think. I can't think of any. Is it any other storyline that we needed to cover before we get to the meat and potatoes? Not even storyline. I just got one joke to make. It seemed like every season, and Candace touched on it a little bit earlier. I just want to make a joke, but it seemed like every season lately, Mona got like a messy lesbian on the show. I just like if the next Love and Hip Hop Atlanta season rolls around, if she gonna bring back Melissa, please give her some new clothes so she'll start dressing like Lesbian Dead Redemption. Please.
Listen,
Please.
Mona is just proving the running joke that lesbian relationships have a shelf life of 3 weeks, because Mimi run through lesbian relationships like toilet paper. Like,
Mimi not even a lesbian. I think
she's not even a lesbian.
Right.
She's just a pillow princess.
Right.
Like Mimi love to go find her a lesbian who don't want to be touched but want to do all the touching.
Right.
She like that. Mimi, you ain't slick, Mimi.
Yeah.
We know you a pillow princess girl. But it's like she gotta have a resident lesbian now.
Yeah, she a mess being. That's what I'm gonna call her.
Yes.
She just like the mess. She don't like no relationship. Cause she also flip on them for nothing. Like that's the other part is like all the time she fall out with them, it always be because they said something nice. Like Mimi, we could always just talk about this. I don't talk about what? We don't have to talk about anything. You're not gonna trick. I'm like, really? Like she didn't even
like
say anything.
That may be also why I'm not really here for Mimi too, because she do flip out for no goddamn reason.
That's why you need a recap, because certain shit I don't be paying attention to. And you right, every time like the lesbian is trying to talk it out logically, Mimi like, you could kiss my ass on the way out the door.
Right.
Like she always
like what?
She always go into like Mimi always go into like a Maya Angelou ass explanation of why the lesbian got her fucked up.
Like,
okay, my thing is when she started doing that hoarse voice, that's when she really get me. Like she started talking like Doc Rivers when like nope. Like you just leave, Melissa, just leave, because she was like you are not gonna come here and tell me how to talk to my baby's father, Stephen Jordan. You don't know him. Like I'm like, oh, just leave.
Hey, well, I'm about to slide off my couch. I'm laughing so hard.
He really be sounding like Doc Rivers.
He really do be giving you like a monologue from a play, like, and see, that's why I should have known better. You can kiss my ass, and you can take your gift, and I can go.
Now, she'll enunciate every syllable.
Like, is all of that necessary? Like, why are you talking so hard? Like,
I realized the other thing I realized about her, because at first I thought she just likes the same type of man or woman, whoever she's dating. I was like, oh, she just has a type. But I realized something. It's not that she has a type. Everybody dating her has to talk to her in a certain cadence because she's crazy. So that's why Nico sounds like Stevie J, Melissa sounds like Stevie J, because whenever they start talking, they have to be like, come on. You know, I don't mean it like that. That's not even what I'm really Mimi. We gonna do. I'm like, how come everybody talk to her the same way? And it's because she's crazy and she'll just get mad at you over nothing.
Yeah.
You know what, Rod? You know what? I ain't even think about it like that until you just said it, but you are absolutely right.
Everybody talk to her the same way, dog. It's not a coincidence. You on like your 5th romantic relationship, and all these niggas do the lean away, talk to you.
No, like you dead ass right. Cause like every one of them talk to her like they reading a Blues Clues book.
And let's take it one step further. They all look alike. Like Nico low-key resembles Stevie J. Yep. And the first lesbian and this Melissa chick look like Stevie J with stud braids.
Mm-hmm.
Like they all look alike. Like,
and then the other woman was supposed to be trans, but then Mimi never. She was misgendering her the whole season. She seemed like she didn't even look that stuff up. She's like, I'm not even learning none of that shit. I'm just calling your ass.
I don't give a fuck about nothing.
Right, like, because it would be like they would have that's when Mona was trying to be serious about the LGBTQ issues that year, and she was like had these little you know, they had them little go into commercial things. So it's like, if you are a person, you need someone to talk to, call 1-800 whatever, right? So they was doing that, but then they would come back and then she would just be like sitting up there like, listen, she will do what the fuck I say. And I'm like, but hold up now.
Right. It's like, which one is it? Which one is it?
Hold up now, Mimi. Do you care? Do you not? You know what I mean? It was a little too much.
Yeah, that was. I'm gonna be completely honest. If Stevie J asked Mimi to get back with him, she would. I don't think Mimi ever got over Stevie J.
Agreed.
And it's because their relationship was forcefully ended, not by her. Jocelyn broke their shit up.
Mhm.
And Stevie, I think Stevie would still try to be with Mimi if he feel like he could make the same kind of money off of her he made off Jocelyn. Like Jocelyn had like as much as I do not care for her, she has a big personality.
Mhm.
Like, be it good or bad, she's gonna give you big and dramatic. Mimi's drama looks weird. Like when we watch her like being weird and like having like hissy fits, it's not fun to watch. Really, you just like, what the fuck is wrong with her?
Yeah, like her drama.
Like Mimi have like old grandma fits. You be like, damn, Granny, you need a nap.
Right.
Yeah. Like I think they would still be together if Stevie could get the kind of money and like publicity with Mimi that he got with Jocelyn. Because we like honestly we didn't even know who the fuck Mimi was till Love and Hip Hop.
True. I mean, the thing was, he could have. She didn't even put him on child support for like 3 years. Like after the show started, like she, you know what I mean? It was the writing was on the wall with that nigga. Like, oh, you're gonna have to get some court orders or something because he's not ever gonna be right. And she was still trying to work it out 3 seasons into him having a whole ass other woman on the side. Like
that he was claiming to be married to.
Right. And that's when she was like, finally, like, I'm gonna go ahead and get child support. I'm like, yo, she really would take his ass back if he would just be like, listen, I'm sorry about Jocelyn. I was wrong. Let's get back together. I feel like she would take him back at any time.
Yeah, I do.
Right.
Too. I absolutely agree.
Agreed.
Hey, can I just briefly talk about one of the most underwhelming storylines ever this season? Goddamn, Walker and Tammy.
Listen. Okay, Candace, I'm gonna set you up because we talked about this on the mid review. I would listen to me. I give Tammy. I don't know how they rate. I give Tammy. She gets the Grammy because she gets the Oscar. I was impressed that she gave us this theater of I'm not gonna take a cheating ass nigga back just to take a cheating ass nigga back. Bravo, Tammy, bravo.
Yeah, like their
bravo.
storyline was so underwhelming. It was like maybe it's because like you knew it was gonna happen. Like I'm not really even sure, but I was just kind of like, okay, they back together. Okay, cool. Like Tammy's place on Love and Hip Hop for me is purely aesthetic. Like she is so fucking gorgeous, and she is thick as day-old cheese grits. Like, and I like to see her on my TV screen, and that's pretty much it for me. Like, other than that, I don't really care about Tammy and Walker.
You know what? I think the reason why I was so underwhelming is I think why the storyline itself and Tammy is so underwhelming is because like we knew she was gonna take him back, but it's like she didn't. I guess she didn't give us no. Walker didn't put in no effort. You know what I mean? Like this nigga took her to the theater on a date and then had a movie screen of like his Instagram passwords. Like nigga.
And he took her daughter from another relationship out and then tried to put it on the daughter. Like she want us to get back together. Like nigga, what? Don't try to act like it's some excuse. It just got you off tour and your bed is cold. Just keep it real.
Yeah, and I think the other reason it was underwhelming is because Walker is probably still kind of relevant musically, and he got a job and he actually touring and shit. So like not seeing him that much, like we saw him like what 3 episodes maybe, like three maybe 2-3 episodes, and it's just kind of like he was out of sight, out of mind, and so it kind of made their storyline kind of blah. Like if we would have seen him more chasing her, trying to get back together, you'd have been like, oh, okay, but it was like you seen them 3 times, and next thing you know, they was in Jamaica fucking.
Right.
Like,
Right.
The other thing too is, and this is not really the show's fault, but she was online trying to call other women weak for leaving, and that shit like completely left a bad taste in my mouth every time I saw
yeah.
it.
I remember that.
I'm not really a fan of like I said, outside of looks, I'm
Yeah.
not really a fan of her. Like she's one of those women that she needs to act how Amber acted while she was with Kanye. Seen, not heard. Like that's how I feel about Tammy. Like she's better seen than not heard.
Yeah, she like I personally, if she would have just like honestly the way she portrayed it on the show, I thought was better
Than
than
how she portrayed it on Twitter and shit.
yeah, and it just like I said, the Twitter ruined it for me because the show wise, I mean, it was a boring storyline, but I was like, whatever. We know y'all getting back together. We know that like you rely on this man essentially, and you ain't going nowhere. But on the show, she played a good game. It was, she was talking to him like he ain't gonna get none and fold these clothes, and I'm not ready to go on a date with you, and I'm going to Jamaica, and all that. It was like a good game on the show, kind of, but you just undid everything by 3 months ago, telling me all women are weak for leaving their man. I know you going back with them, so, and I know how you really feel. I know you really hate that women will leave their man, so I could never get with her storyline for that. I wish she had just kept, like you said, Amber Rose it up, because I would have liked the storyline more.
Yeah. Her Twitter rant kind of just turned me off. Because I mean, like you said, if like on the show, she just made it seem like I love him and I want to give it another shot. Like if that's what it is, call it that, and like then mind your business. Like,
yeah. Like if she would have had a scene on the show where she turned around and was like, and plus these women is weak for leaving, that's when I would have been like, hold up now. This is even whacker than I thought it would be. But the show, she was fine. It's just real life, dog. And then like even when she talked to other women that were having problems, she wasn't on some like, you weak bitch, you gonna leave your man? Like where did that come from, Tammy? Where did that come?
It's like she right, like she could, like if she was gonna do that on Twitter, she could have did that on the show, but she didn't. So you knew the shit was fake, and it's like, why you? It's like, it's like she went full pick me. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I gotta pause for a second. I just blew a raspberry on my daughter, and she just spit in my face. Like, I guess she gonna show me she's not in a playing mood, so I'm gonna just let her sit down and relax for a second.
Understood.
Okay.
Like you London, you thought.
Yeah, she like, I don't feel like playing here. But yeah, Tammy like was pick me on Twitter. Like you said, if she would have just kept it how it was on the show, like it was boring, but like you said, she wasn't unbearable. But their storyline was very boring. Like I could do without Tammy and Waka on the show. I know that's all Deb Atney's doing, because Deb Atney gonna get to a check.
Yep.
Like Waka Mama gonna get to a check. So
matter of fact, speaking of secondary storylines, I was not feeling Deb and the Mama's breakfast they tried to put together. Like they could have left it out. Like they
had a breakfast full of recovering crackheads and recovering drug dealers. Like how you put the drug dealing mamas in the same room as the crackhead mamas? Like what the fuck was going on?
I would say this.
Between that shit and in the fire where everybody threw something in the fire and they played that inspirational music, I was like, I know Mona just did those two scenes so she can put it in the montage during the reunion and be like, people say that we have a negative show, but we believe women coming together and being empowered. And here's some examples, and it's gonna be Mama's head.
Hey man, and I'm not gonna ever get over Rashida throwing the diamond and gold necklace in the fire. Like, bitch, you retarded. You just could have went to the pawn shop.
Right, you better dig that shit out. What's wrong with you?
Hey, no, those are the games we play.
No,
you
baby,
better burn the shirt.
That was.
Yeah,
I don't hate nobody that much.
Really weird. The mother's brunch was really weird and contrived. And like you could tell they didn't really know each other, and like it was like, no, I could have lived without this, because Deb Atney and Mama D is some fucking KK is some goddamn recovering thug mistresses, and like then you got Samantha and Tammy Mama who the recovering crackheads. Like, damn, you gonna put the aggressor with the aggressee? Like, what you doing? Like, no thanks. Nah.
Yeah, like Mona had no, like it was no, like I said, she need better writers. But speaking of, let's get to the meat and damn potatoes. So Rashida and Kirk, where the fuck do we begin?
I'm gonna tell you where I began. So initially, I was like, "Damn, that's Kirk Baby," and I still think it's Kirk Baby. And I guess we're gonna find out at the reunion. But so,
it's Kirk Baby.
So are we not gonna are we gonna act like Jasmine didn't get caught lying about fucking like 50-11 niggas while Rod was locked up?
Hey, hold up. My favorite scene, low key, my favorite scene might be when she had to do the math with Logan and Rod was asking them questions because she didn't come up with her lie fast enough. It got caught because she was like, "Nah, you was like this before you went to jail." And then he was like, "Nah, hold up, because if it was 2 years ago, then I wasn't in jail." And then she was like, "Oh, hold up, wait, what I
like I was like at some point in the show, and I listen, I'm never one to police a woman's her sexuality and her sex life or whatever, but at some point in the show, I was like, okay, so like yeah, it's a few niggas that need to take paternity tests because Jasmine was getting it in while Rod was locked up, like like she was really on some shit, and I was like, so okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was like it was funny. Like she could get like doing that scene that like Raw, he was legit like that blinking white man Jill. Like he
was
he was doing that math in his head like, now something ain't right. Either somebody lying, and either you was fucking like if you was fucking Kirk when I was locked up, and you was fucking this dude when I was locked up, but then you say you fucked this dude like 4 years or whatever the number was. He was like, I wasn't locked up. He was looking like, hold up, what I say? Well, I said two. Hold up, let's go back. It was like
now, Jasmine was counting on her fingers and shit, like carried it to 7 days, 22 hours, 19 minutes, plus a year. Oh shit, I did fuck him. Like
it made sense too, because I did think that Kirk had put dude up to going to Rashida because the way it didn't make sense the way it was shown on the show. It was like, so you think you this girl's baby daddy, why would you go to the wife of the dude that's accused of being the baby daddy to clear his name? Like that just seemed like something was up, but they never fleshed that storyline out. I was thinking something was gonna happen. We were gonna get that like a behind the scenes exchange with Kirk or something.
Oh, you talking about
Logan, when Logan went to Rashida's store rather than going to Jasmine first.
Yeah, that shit was weird. I don't know. We probably won't get a behind the scenes, but now that that shit was weird because it didn't make sense. Honestly, like that's another thing. Like I was like, what do we need this for? But from the previews and like that last episode where they did the paternity, and it was like it's not Logan's baby, which lead the last man out of it being Kirk baby. It was like okay, but still it just seemed out of place at how they presented it on the show.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm gonna say that Kirk know that's his baby because of the way he finally went about handling shit. He like, we could get a divorce. Kirk, she can have everything. I don't want our assets tied together no more because I don't want Jasmine to be able to come after Rashida's stuff and what she worked hard for. Like that's all admission of guilt to me. Like he know that's his baby. And like I feel sorry for Rashida, but then I kind of don't because like we talked about this on the mid-season recap. Like this not Kirk's first rodeo with infidelity.
Right.
Like if we go back to the hot tub and Benzino and Bobby Valentino and Bambi in the hot tub and shit like this not their first rodeo with infidelity. So like Rashida keeps sticking around for it. And so I'm just kind of like, okay, because I got a friend who like hit me up, and they was in Atlanta like maybe 2 or so weeks ago, and they went to Rashida's store, and they said Rashida and her mama and Kirk was all in the store looking like one big happy family. So
Yeah, I feel like she's been through this before. We just haven't seen it on the air. Cause like the whole, and I love Rashida Doll. Like that. Like she really,
I root for her.
yeah, she underrated on this show in my opinion. But like watching her go through this, it just feel like, damn, all these niggas is dogs, and it's like even the ones that like try to act like they have some sense, they basically out here dogging you out in the street, and you got to put up with it. You know what I mean? So it just feel like she was resigned to the fact that she was gonna end up being with this nigga no matter what happened.
yeah, I don't think she's gonna leave him, or I don't think she has left him, and I think it is his baby.
Mm-hmm.
Like I also have some questions because I think Rashida and Kirk got the two sons together, and then Kirk got a daughter. And Rashida say she been with Kirk like more than half her life. So I'm feeling like that daughter was probably made while they was together too. Like just a lot of shit don't add up with them. Not once you start thinking about it, because like there's no way somebody gonna cheat on you once. Okay, you forgive them. Then they keep cheating, and they cheating with strippers and having babies. Like Kirk was doing a whole lot. Because let them tell it. Jasmine and girlfriend was also screwing Kirk too.
Mm-hmm.
Right. They speaking of like going back to them real fast, they really tried to have like a blended ass family, like that damn Alicia Keys song. It's like, nigga, this shit is weird. Like this shit is fucking weird. Like it didn't and like I think that's also I didn't like when they had that meeting and like Melissa's ball, whatever, and Melissa basically slut shamed them. I ain't like that shit.
Yeah, that was whack.
But then he was eating Mimi pussy, and she just had a sex tape out, like swinging off poles and shit. Like, how you slut shame somebody, and the girl that you really feeling is like a recovering like homemade porn star? Like, how you do that? Like, it don't make sense.
The math didn't math.
Yeah, no, it didn't add up for me. Yeah, Kirk is a terrible person. Kirk looked like.
Okay, so we getting these jokes off about how ugly Kirk is or not?
Just Kirk's whole being is ugly. Kirk looked like he the physical embodiment of that woman Donna on the commercial who put the thing up to her throat to talk. This is Donna. Don't smoke cigarettes. Like Kirk is the physical embodiment of that. Like he is just.
The thing about me with Kirk, his demeanor is so laid back that it's like he does foul shit and then really looks at people like, I can't believe y'all making a big deal out of this. And I'm just up here like, you waited till your family went on a little retreat, showed up as a surprise, and handed separation papers.
Hey man,
in front of your children, and then I can't, and the mother of your wife, and then when I can't believe y'all making a big deal about this,
and then went off on the camera crew like, stop trying to break up our family.
Right.
Oh, so
and it's like, nigga, you breaking up your family.
The producers made you fuck Jasmine Rowe. Wow.
Right. Wow. It's like it's that thing where it's like it's like, I can't believe y'all doing this to my family. And then you want to be like, I can't believe you doing this to your family.
Right. This nigga, like, on top of him being a trash ass nigga, that's also what I can't stand the most about Kirk. It's like he be mad at any and everybody but his damn self. Like Candace said, like Love and Hip Hop, like he don't want their business in the street, but he dogging his wife out publicly on the street on national TV. Like, nigga, like that time, like when again, that time he had him and Scrappy talk. Then listen, whenever Lil Scrappy, Lil Daryl, yes, London, whenever Lil Scrappy whatever Lil Scrappy is being the voice of reason to you, that's when you know you got life fucked up. When Little Scrappy is looking at you like, dog,
with blonde hair.
With blonde hair looking like a nigga geisha. When that nigga is the one looking at you like, dog, what the fuck are you doing? And then you know that scene that him and Scrappy had and Kurt said, they crucified Jesus Christ. I'm like, nigga, that's what? What?
No, it's just the way he be saying it. It's like everything he says, everything like
it's everybody else's fault.
Yeah, his demeanor and tone sounds like when you order something and it's not good at a restaurant, you just want people to take it back. That's how he talks to everybody. Like, wow,
that's enough.
Really? That's what we doing. Like, we really about to say this.
Gotta go, because that's exactly his demeanor. Like, wow, y'all just gonna put pork in my dish when I said I'm Muslim. Wow.
Right. This ain't even what I ordered. Wow. Okay.
Wow. Just take it back and bring me what I asked for.
And I'm like, but I clearly listened to you sit up here and order exactly this dish, Kurt. They made it right. This is what you ordered. You ordered a baby and a whole bunch of drama. Now you sit up here trying to make everybody act like you didn't, dog. He the worst, man.
You ordered a baby with a stripper. But now you want the chef to take it back.
Right. Now at least Stevie J to a certain extent act like he care about some of his family. Kurt act like he don't care about losing none of it.
Yeah, Kurt don't care at all. And like I said in the recap, this is so wild because he drug his feet to get this DNA test, but DNA tested him and Rashida's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was just like, wow, this nigga is crazy. That's how
I knew he wasn't shit.
Find out the reunion that baby is his. Like, I've been snooping to see if anything leaked to the blogs, and like I have seen a couple blogs saying that like they've been getting like they got some anonymous info that the DNA is saying Kirk is the father. Not that I was ever really fully in doubt, because it's just kind of like, if it's not your baby, you're gonna break your neck to prove it's not your baby. Like, oh word, we to the DNA spot tomorrow. Which we got a lunch date at the paternity testing spot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's the thing too. Like, I don't expect him. I expect him to be the father. We gonna end up watching Rashida cry on national TV when they get them results in. But more importantly, I don't expect them to care. Like, even when he get the results, I still expect him to be like, "Oh, word, okay, we go."
They have already shown previews for the recap, and it's a minute and 50 clip of Rashida crying and
nigga crying,
Jock crying, Scrappy crying, everybody crying except this nigga.
Except Kirk. Kirk just sitting there like, "Can I get some ice in my coat?" Like,
right. Right. Y'all ready to leave? Is it over yet? God, he the worst, man. I just can't believe he got her out here looking this stupid. But you know, if a dude don't care about his family, don't care about his wife and shit, like, ain't nobody that can make him. And if she's, staying with him, then that's just what it is, man. But I always felt like they had a unified front before, where I thought a lot of this drama was for TV and they just didn't want to have a boring storyline. But this year is like, oh, well, maybe all that shit was true, man. Maybe he always was disrespectful to you like this.
Right. It's like, at first you thought it was just for play. It's like, oh, this nigga really just might be a piece of shit.
When he tested that baby and when he slapped them glasses off his mama's face, off her mama's face. Hey, that was the 2 times I was like, nobody plays like that.
Hey, I was like, yo, they really, like, you right, the season, like the hot tub shit, I was like, yeah, okay. Maybe it's for ratings. But right. You're right. Like, when the DNA shit happened and he slapped her mama glasses off, I was like, this family really fucked up.
Yeah, because nobody would, even for play, you wouldn't let nobody take me. I wouldn't let nobody take me on TV and play me like that. And you damn sure ain't putting your hands on my mama. So that's when I was just like, yeah, this real. He really a piece of shit.
I also knew she was real when his mama ran his bike over.
Yep. Because they ain't got that in the budget. VH1 ain't buying no bike just for that. That's his bike.
Right. That's his bike. We're grown. Damn, like, dog, I'm glad you brought it up, because there's no, listen to me. I love Rashida. I do. I root for her. But, nigga, the way she let him talk to her mama like that, nigga, never. I wish you would. when he was going off on the last episode of the retreat, like nigga, I wish the fuck you might holler at my mama the way that nigga hollered at Miss Shirley. First of all, I wish the fuck you would holler at a black woman with purple hair. That's number one.
Nah, she had a rainbow of hair colors this year. This season. She had red hair, purple hair, blue hair. She just everywhere with the colors. But you know what? This makes me wonder what Rashida has seen from her mom's relationships growing up, because Rashida is putting up with a lot from Kirk. Like more than the average puts up with. Like you stepping into a whole nother pool when you start talking about outside babies and shit like that. Like that's a whole nother playing field. And Rashida is like she like seemed pissed about it, but she like even her reaction to a lot of this shit this season was kind of like, I'm mad, but like okay, like I was like, where's your rage for this shit? Like why you ain't want to sit down with this girl and see what was what, considering Kirk lied to you about it every step of the goddamn way. Like
stab him.
All the information that she found out was through Carly's nosy ass. Like, how you don't want to sit down with this chick and get down to the nitty gritty since your husband is a liar?
Right. That's the other thing I really didn't like about Rashida is like she was like so like anti-Jasmine, and like I get it. But at the same time, it's like she tried to play Jasmine out to be a liar, and I mean Jasmine couldn't get a story straight to save her life. But at the same time, it's like Kirk, your husband, like you know what I mean? Like she like on the last episode, like she tried to like I can't remember exactly what she said, but it was something derogatory about Jasmine, like you know Jasmine is the worst and she can't respect how she get down or whatever. And I'm like, okay, I hear you, Rashida, but your husband is Kirk Frost.
Yeah, I mean, okay, all right. In all fairness, she don't want to meet with the side chick, and I completely understand that. Like,
yeah,
she like, now you want to write me a letter after we done been through all this shit. You knew he was married. You didn't give a fuck. Don't write me a letter acting like you care about me, because you don't care about me, and we not gonna ever be friends or be cool. So you can save the letter, and we know the real purpose of the letter was to show the DNA results for Logan came back negative, or you would have never sent me shit. Like you don't feel sorry, and we not cool. So I understood that point, right? The thing with me that I'm realizing that, like, what is this, like the 5th or the 6th season of the show? I'm realizing that I bet how Rashida got with Kirk is foul. And that's probably explains a lot, because when we were introduced to them,
I never thought about it like that.
Yeah, they were introduced as the stable couple on the show, but that's just how we saw them at the time. But and everybody talked about them that way. But I mean, she might have been the side chick at some point, or some type of, you know, like she might feel like I won the man lottery by getting this dude, because ultimately that's how she's acting right now, where it's like, well, as long as he's coming home to me, despite everything he said and did, we can do everything.
You know what? That makes a lot of sense. That would make a lot of sense, because there's no fucking way. You know what, Raw? You're right. That would make a lot of sense, and maybe that's how she does feel like
he got kids from other relationships.
Yeah.
And whatnot. So I wonder how they got together, because she way too relaxed about the idea of like, well, as long as I got him, then it's gonna be okay. And I'm like, man, you got Rashida, you actually got enough going for yourself that you don't have to debase yourself and let this nigga embarrass you in public. But she don't really seem like I don't know. She seemed like she just really want to win the Kirk war. Like, I got him.
Yeah, and I thought it was a little weird that she got upset that Kirk was the one when they got the separation papers. Because I'm like, you had spent all season talking about separation and possible divorce, and you losing your shit because he like, cool, here, take this. If this is what you decide to do, here, let's get it going. Like she was really upset about them separation papers. Up until the last episode when she either signed them or fake signed them or whatever the fuck. But like you would think with all this going on, she would have been the one going to sit down with a lawyer and get this shit taken care of.
Do you think she was upset that he did it first and not her, or the fact that he did it in the first place?
he did it and not her.
Yep.
Cause
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. Like when it come to cheating, you always feel like the person that cheated should be breaking their neck to get you back and fix shit. And here he come with some separation papers, like
Yeah.
the total opposite.
Right. I think that was a blow to her
Fix
ego.
shit. He like, if you want to end it, what's up?
And I think he called her bluff too, because I low key don't think she was going to end it.
Yeah, I don't either.
She kept making a whole lot of new like new bars every time. Like she'll be like, oh well, you know, if the baby's his, then we're gonna talk about it. And then it was if he, you know, first it was if he cheated, then it's over. It was like, well, he came back and he basically saying like I was out here cheating, so but the baby ain't mine. I've been framed. Then it's like, well, if the DNA test come back, I'm like, then what? Like, you know, it's never gonna be okay because you already done admitted that the dude, if there's a possibility it could be his baby, then you already admitted that he fucked up.
Yeah.
And he not sorry, by the way. And that's the other part. He not even sorry. So yeah, I feel like she was resigned to stay in and try to play it like she wasn't, but we all know the truth.
Yeah, like she gave us, like I said, she gave us that strong theater. Like
yeah, and it was kind of weird because she was just like, well, she the one. Well, the smartest thing Kirk did with his nasty, musty, crunchy, overly baked French fry looking face ass. The smartest thing he did was talk about separation of assets. Like she hadn't even thought about none of that. Like that's how you know that she really wasn't trying to leave.
Yep.
Because the first thing she would have did was been like, yeah, we need to disconnect our accounts and finances because if child support come after you, as long as your name on my shit, they could come after my stuff. She wasn't thinking about none of that. She was just like you said. She just kept moving the bar. 1 minute is if you cheat, we got an issue. Oh well, if the baby yours, we got an issue. Oh well. She come after child support, we got an issue. Like everything kept changing for her. So yeah, I think she was pissed that Kurt had the audacity to file for the separation instead of like groveling at her feet to make it right.
Yep. I think that's how she got her in front of the kids, even like she wasn't none of that shit.
I think low key too, Kurt tried to like pit the children into it, which is another thing I ain't like, cause like when they was going on the trip and like the kid, was it the daughter or the son? Yeah, the son was like low key trying to be like, well, y'all whatever y'all going through, like y'all need to like work it out for all sake of shit. I low key think Kurt put him up to that or got in their ear.
Yeah, Kurt got in them kids' ears. Cause like no kids think about no shit like that. I don't care how old they are. Like that little boy was trying to be the voice of reason. That was his daddy's doing.
Yeah, that was because like I think that's her actual son, her oldest, and then the daughter is Kirk's from another relationship.
Yeah.
So like, you know, and who knows, the daughter might have been through this already. And then they got, you know, the youngest, which, you know, not even old enough to really know any of this shit that's going on. But I really think a kid at that age, you know, they don't know any better because I think he's like 16 or 14. Like you don't know enough to know that how messed up what he's saying is. But also, she probably is just gonna stay with him. So it's like I when he first talked, I was like, man, shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. Then I'm like, man, I don't know. Knowing your mama, she probably will be like, it ain't a big deal. But it should be a deal breaker for most relationships.
Yeah. An outside baby should definitely be the deal breaker. Like that's the point of no return.
Yeah, a whole ass outside baby.
I low key want better for Rashida, and like I said, I feel sorry for her because like this, like dealing with cheating with no baby, no outside baby involved, that shit is hard enough to deal with on its own. But to deal with cheating, an outside baby, and then you doing it in front of cameras, and there's nothing you could do because you signed a contract saying that you gotta do this or you breaching the contract and they can sue you. Like that shit gotta feel terrible. Like, to live all this out, and it's like, and it's cemented in history. Like people gonna forever be able to go back and find the episodes where you find out your husband had a baby on you. Like that's wow. Jesus.
Yeah, I want better for Rashida, but she one of them cases where it's like she don't want better for herself, and it's like nothing in like you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
Yeah, I'm reading this blog right now that said Kirk. They accused Kirk of hooking up Rashida when she was still a minor. So,
you
never know where these motherfuckers be coming from, dog.
That wouldn't surprise me because, well, we still like only people from Atlanta know Rashida real age. Like I've deduced that. I think I said that before. Like only people from Atlanta know Rashida real age. Like, cause Wikipedia be saying she like 30, 34, but Rashida a good 38, 40.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, look, we say all this to say fuck Kurt Frost, man.
Yeah,
like Kirk and Ken do like leading the ain't shit nigga Hall of Fame right now with a bullet.
Yeah,
they lead right now first ballot. So what are y'all looking forward to on the reunion?
Not Rashida crying. Yeah. I just want to see if Jocelyn what's she gonna say, because I feel like Jocelyn is gonna show up.
I want to see if Jocelyn gonna actually show up to the reunion. I don't think she is.
See, I feel like she's showing up, but it's gonna be some stipulation. Like she's showing up, but she ain't gonna go inside, or she gonna show up and they're gonna be like, she had a very, very controversial comment. She left, because last time she's out there trying to like hit somebody with a car, almost got hit with a car. Like she just on some other shit. So I want to see what they're gonna do without her there. If she, if she's not, because I think even if she shows up, she's not gonna be there for the whole 2 hours or whatever.
Yeah. I'm interested in seeing. I really just want to see if they're gonna reveal these DNA results. Honestly, that's what I want to see, and I also want to see the silkiness of Jock's perm. We ain't mentioned that Jock had the silkiest perm of all time. Like Jock took Anita Baker's style and then upped it.
He gotta wear a head wrap to sleep.
Yeah, he got on the silk bonnet.
Silk pillowcases.
Yeah,
like Jock's hair goes like dead ass. I dead ass like want them to give. I want Mona to give him his own spinoff show of just taking care of his hair.
I just want to say, like, because I know we're gonna be getting out of here in a second, but like Jock got me blocked on Twitter. Jock, unblock me so I can ask you what type of relaxer you use. Like, is that Dr. Miracles? Is that Motions? Is that Just For Me? Like, is that Bone Straight? Jock, unblock me, please. I just want to talk about hair care.
Like, whatever you said to make him block you, you take it back. You just want to know about his hair care.
I take it back. I just want to know what type of relaxer he using.
Hey, man, look, Jock's hair goes. Mona, if you listen to this, because I know you're listening, give Jock his own spinoff. He deserves, damn it.
For the love of Jock.
For caught up in the rapture if it's going down.
Hey, man.
Listen, too far?
Nah, hilarious.
That's about it for our recap. We've been in this thing damn near like 2 hours or some shit. Rod, thank you for taking time out of your schedule. I know you're a busy man. Thank you for joining us, dog.
What's your Twitter?
Mine, Rodimus Prime.
Okay. I'm gonna go follow when we done.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna follow you back, man. And thank you for having me, Jeremy, man. It was fun. I don't get to talk about love and hip hop nearly enough because, like I said, only person that watches is my man Justin. So, yeah, I appreciate you, man. And I enjoyed meeting you too, Candace.
Yeah, you too.
No problem, man. I told you I'm starting. I got this star 5 of love and hip hop recaps, man. I'm telling you, when they do Hollywood, I'm telling you, man. Like I don't know, like. I'll be the point. I'm running the point. Candace the shooting guard. Rod, you the wingman. My girl. Now, Rod, you the power forward. My girl Lexi the wing. The 3. I got to find us a center. I got to find us one more center for our all-star star 5 of love and hip hop recap. I gotta find us a Tim Duncan. That's what I gotta find. Gotta find us a Tim Duncan. Candace, my home and my friend, thank you again for joining us. And you've been on the show twice this week. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for having me. You know, I always enjoy coming through and kicking it with family. It's just like a family affair for me. Yeah.
You know it. That's what we have here at Crown and Collars podcast. Like y'all can just come by, kick it with me and Dan on the porch. We got chicken, we got some liquor and some shit.
Because I know your country ass can make some good greens with some smoked turkey in them.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
My bad.
All right. All right. This ain't about me, damn it. Well, this has been Crown and Collars episode 129. We probably ain't gonna have no show next week because Classic gonna kick my ass, but it's fine. It's fine. Retweet the show. Check out the show wherever you find your good podcast. Give us reviews. Give us 5 stars. Shout out to Rod and Karen for that 5-star review regimen. We'll read it on the air. Say nice things about us. If you just want to say how I sound like a pan of motor oil, that's fine. We'll read it. But yeah, share the show, help us grow, and we out. Peace.
Peace.